And welcome to another edition of the most consistent, prolific, and dedicated uploads in YouTube's history. This is the dynamic show and entertainment right here on YouTube.com. Make sure to like this video and subscribe with a major Backstage update as concerns the lunatic fringe, Dean Ambrose. What is happening with him? Why this losing streak? Is there backstage heat on him? Is this why he's been made to look weak and been, jobbed out? Well, we're going to see. While Dean Ambrose has had epic feuds with the likes of Bray Wyatt, Seth Rollins, in addition to having standout matches with Luke Harper, Daniel Bryan, and Cena, among others, the one constant is that Dean Ambrose has come up on the losing end. It's just a case of it not being Ambrose's time at this stage of the game. And just maybe put that in quotations, at this stage of the game. Doesn't mean forever. Doesn't mean he'll be buried, okay? It was believed by many that maybe Ambrose had backstage heat on him. However, it's said that is not the case at all. WWE may not have major plans in place for Ambrose at this time. Many insiders believe that WWE will push him at just the right time when need be. Now, some superstars get backtracked, and that may be one of the things that has transpired with Dean Ambrose. The feeling is the lunatic character Ambrose plays fits him, and fans are very responsive towards him. It just so happens that not everybody can be pushed at the same time, and it's all about momentum, timing, and positioning. However, there was talk of turning Ambrose heel at a couple WWE meetings over the last few weeks. No word on when that will occur, if anytime soon. I don't know. I'll try to stay up to date on that. And finally, even though Dean Ambrose has been on the end of a losing streak, WWE feels that it will ultimately not have a negative effect in the long run, especially with the plans that they will have in store for Dean Ambrose. Now, here's the thing. I've been getting a lot of comments. Quite frankly, I've been getting a lot of questions. I've been getting a lot of messages. I can't even think back to the last time that Dean Ambrose won legitimately one-on-one, a tap-out victory, a pinfall victory. Hell, we'll call it a count-out victory, knockout, whatever you want to call it. When was the last time Dean Ambrose had a pay-per-view victory? I'd have to boggle my mind. I'd have to really think really long and hard about this one. But does it really matter? Because the Dean Ambrose character, the lunatic fringe, doesn't matter if he wins or loses. Dean Ambrose is a guy that doesn't care. He just doesn't care. And if Dean Ambrose really was that sad and mad and tormented with all these losses, don't you think Dean Ambrose would have blown up already? Don't you think there would have been some kind of backstage altercation? Don't you think Dean Ambrose would have got up like and said, I've had enough of this losing streak? No, obviously Dean Ambrose doesn't mind his spot. Dean Ambrose, understands WWE is going through a transition period. Dean Ambrose realizes he's still young. There's a lot of longevity there. And I'm not one of those guys who's going to come on here and moan and whine and complain, it should be Ambrose and not Reigns. It should be Bryan and not Rollins, and it should be this guy and not that guy, yada, yada, yada. Listen, Ambrose will get his turn just like everybody else is getting their turn. You can already see the balance. You can already see the new era. You can already see everything taking form, taking shape. It's taken Dean Ambrose a little bit longer to get adjusted. It's taken the WWE a little bit longer to ride that Dean Ambrose wagon. But once they start riding that wave of momentum, and it's going to be exhilarating. It's going to be entertaining. Listen, I'm a fan of Dean Ambrose's work. I'm a fan of the Lunatic Fringe, but it's just not his time yet. Just like at WrestleMania, we all thought it was going to be Roman Reigns' time, but instead it was Seth Rollins' time. So who's to say that the WWE couldn't pull a swerve kind of like that? Remember, it is just about that. Timing and momentum is everything in the WWE, and whether WWE is behind you. It just seems like Ambrose is not on the WWE's radar right now, and that's fine, because the radar on the WWE is looking pretty significant with the likes of Randy Orton and Roman Reigns. Dean Ambrose will get his time. Don't worry. Just sit back and pay attention. Subscribe.